Hi, Kelly here. Today, we're doing the first of two videos on the Dobeck EJK 3.0. Today's video is going to focus on the installation of the Dobeck EJK. So we're going to install it onto a 2013 Victory Cross Country Tour. The only difference between the 2013 and the new 2016 bikes is that the 2016 kit will actually come with plugs to plug into the O2 sensors. The second video is going to deal with the difference between a factory stage 1 and an aftermarket stage 1 with the Dobeck EJK. And we're going to do some measurements to show you what kind of gains you can expect from just going from one to the other. So let's look at the install right now.
Included with the EJK is the processor, some stickers, an adhesive Velcro pad, 3 zip ties, and the install guide. The tools you will need for the install are a 6mm hex wrench, a 10mm socket, an optional power drill to speed things up, a flathead screwdriver or two, an alcohol swab, and a rag. Remove the side panels and using the 6mm hex wrench, remove the bolts holding the seat to the bike. If you have the Tour version, you will have to disconnect the seat's heater. Then, remove the seat. Using the 10mm socket, remove the ground bolt from the gas tank. Disconnect the vacuum hoses. To remove the throttle side cheese wedge, just pull straight out. With the cheese wedge out of the way, place a small rag or paper towel beneath the fuel line. Locate the green release tabs on either side of the fuel line connector and squeeze them together while simultaneously pulling gently straight out from the bike. These clips do require a significant effort to release. Using the 6mm hex wrench, remove the bolts from either side of the tank. Be sure to keep track of the rubber washer on each side of the bolts. With the bolt removed, gently lift the tank a few inches and collect the rubber grommets from the inside. Lift the tank a few inches and locate the fuel pump connector and unclip it. With the tank still raised, route the fuel line through the looming so that it is free to be removed. Some fuel lines may have a zip tie holding them in place at the rear of the tank. If so, then simply clip the tie to free the line. Now the tank is free to be removed. Simply lift from the rear and slide back. Be sure to place the tank on a protected surface so it doesn't get damaged. Now we are ready to start connecting the EJK. On the clutch side of the bike, at the top of the front cylinder head, you will see the red locking tab of the injector connector. Using a flathead screwdriver, gently lift the red plastic tab to unlock the clip. Now, push in the black clip just below the red lock, and you will hear a light click as the clip is released. Lift the entire connector off. Now, push the bike's connector and the end connector of the EJK across the cylinder head to the throttle side of the bike. There's just more room there to work. Once through, connect the bike's connector to the EJK's male connector and fish it back to the clutch side of the bike. Now place the EJK female connector onto the bike's injector and gently push it into place. Be sure to push the red tab down to lock it into place. Run the EJK wiring through the retaining clip on the bike's side and back to the rear cylinder, and then push it through to the throttle side of the bike. Repeat the removal process. Lift the red tab, push the black clip, remove from the injector. Pull all the ends into the open where you can clip the EJK's male end into the bike's female. Place the EJK female end on the bike's injector clip and lock it into place with the red tab. Run the EJK module through the wiring loom and down to its final destination behind the side panel on the clutch side of the bike. Notice the keyless ignition module? We'll be mounting just in front of that. Use the alcohol swab to clean the back of the EJK module and a spot on the bike where the EJK is to be mounted. Strip the cover off of the Velcro adhesive pad and stick it to the bike. Strip off the outer adhesive cover and place the EJK on the pad. Be sure to fasten all the cables up with the supplied zip ties where they are needed. The last part of the install is to disconnect the O2 sensors. The first O2 sensor is under the cover in front of the engine and behind the battery. Lift the retaining clip and pull the connector apart. The second O2 sensor is at the back of the engine, just beneath the clutch cable. Once it's disconnected, push the ends down and out of the way. Now it's time to put the bike back together. Replace the tank by sliding it forward onto its retaining knobs. Once on, lift the back of the tank so you can reconnect the fuel pump and guide the fuel line through the loom. Replace the rubber grommets at the fastener points on the bike. Now reconnect the vacuum hoses. Bolt the tank back onto the bike. Reconnect the ground bolt with the stock ground wire and the ground wire from the EJK. Remove the rag from beneath the fuel line connector and replace the connector back onto the receiver. This is way easier than removing it. Reconnect and replace the seat. Bolt the seat back onto the bike. Now it's time to start the bike to ensure that the EJK is working correctly. You should see the end lights start to flash red and green when you turn the ignition into the on position. When the engine is started, the EJK will chase green lights up and back. Once the EJK has fully booted up, the lights will settle into their zone indication mode. That's it. One of the easiest installs I've ever done. Be sure to check out the aftermarket Stage 1 project. I'll be doing a review video, and I'll be showing you how to set your EJK. We'll also show you some dyno results from before and after putting on the new filter and the timing wheel. Thanks for watching, and if this helped, please click the like button and feel free to subscribe.